Hello friends and potential friends. It's a beautiful day here in Central Florida. Or November 2nd, 2021. It's just past noon and the temperature is rapidly approaching 80 degrees Fahrenheit. We've had 4 days of fall with highs in the low 70s, lows in the upper 50s, but now we're headed back into another summer. I understand there's supposed to be another cool front coming through near the end of the week. Hopefully that'll cool things off and we'll actually start getting into our fall and winter weather. But for right now, it's time to dig some sweet potatoes. I've left these in the ground probably about 3 weeks longer than I normally do. Generally, I would have been digging them around mid-October so that I could get this raised bed ready to put tomatoes in it. But since the garden's undergoing a facelift this year, my tomatoes are going to be staying in containers at least for a while till I get some new beds built. I have seen some pretty impressive sweet potato harvests in the last month, and I don't expect this one to be so impressive. I've just kind of got low expectations this year. It's been a hot summer, and the sweet potatoes suffer in the heat and the high ultraviolet. As you can see, I've got one vine over here that's managed to survive down at this end of the bed. And most of the vines are down at the far end of the bed because the far end gets a lot more shade every day. Every day these things wilt in the sunlight, and then as soon as the sun goes behind the trees, they pop back up again. And I'll be honest, I haven't been as good at watering as I should have been. In any case, it's time to get in here and get these taters dug, see just what we got in there. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, if I get enough to grow slips for next year, I'll be totally satisfied. And if there happens to be 2 or 3 in there that are worth eating, I'll just add them to my Thanksgiving menu plans. So let me get this trellis taken down, gather up the leaves I've got down here as mulch, and then we'll start digging. Well, just uncovering the mulch, I uncovered a few small tubers. There's one there, it's kind of green. Another little tiny one in there. And there's a couple more fairly small ones. So at least I know I'm not going to get skunked completely. I'll have something to grow slips from. So let's get digging. I'm going to start down here at the east end of the bed where there wasn't as many vines growing. And so I really don't expect a lot to come out of here. But as I work my way down to that end, I hope I find a few. Got a lot of roots in here, and they're not all sweet potato roots. It's getting a little bit bigger. Get a couple of French fries out of that one. Well, that's pretty close to the first quarter of the bed, and so far it's about what I expected to see. Not very much down at this end. Let me get you repositioned and we'll continue digging. Hopefully we'll find a few more as we get down towards the other end. Oh, looks like the blue jays are back for more cat food. Go ahead, blue jay, I won't bother you. That one's got some roly-poly damage. First time I've seen the roly-polies bothering them. But they were right there inside the hole, so caught red-handed. Oh, these vines sure make it tough to dig in here, or roots. Most of the roots, I believe, are from that Chinaberry tree over there. And I'm getting tired of dealing with them. I may wind up taking that tree down. It's not good for anything but shade. I've got plenty of shade around here. There's another one badly eaten up. It may very well be that I left these things in the ground too long. Well, that's the halfway point, and I don't have a whole lot to show for it yet, but I'm really not that surprised. Okay, third quarter and the bases are loaded. And I found another French fry. Again, it's got a little bit of bug damage, but it'll still work. Oh, that might be the best one yet. Not much bug damage. Let's see what else is in here. And incidentally, I'm putting so much effort into removing some of these roots because my main goal today is not really finding a bunch of sweet potatoes, though that would be nice. My real goal is to get this bed emptied out so that I can take it apart and start building my new beds, because two of them are going to be going right here. And most of this soil is going to be going into them, properly amended, of course. Uh-oh. That's a nice one too for a little tiny thing. Well, I don't think those ones count. That looks like a different variety. These ones are red. It's kind of surprising because all of my sweet potatoes started out as grocery store sweet potatoes. So finding different varieties is kind of surprising. Let's see, go ahead and add these two that I uncovered earlier. And let me move you down there. We're almost to the last quarter. And I want to make sure I keep you in the camera. Or keep me in the camera. Okay, I'm going to come over to this side for a little bit because I got two plants that are rooted right in here. And I don't want to miss whatever they've got to offer. That one has roots to offer. No tubers. Oh, there's a couple. Uh-oh. There's our new winner. Might have sweet potatoes for Thanksgiving after all. Okay. They're a little bit small, but not much damage. And I can eat them. Whoops. Well, well. Surprise, surprise. Oh. Let's go around and get those from the other side. Now, what have we got down in here? Not bad. A little bit of damage, but not that terribly much. Uh-oh. Couple more decent sized ones. Or at least I'm going to call them decent size. They're about the biggest ones I've found so far. Okay, one last corner. Well, it looks like that's about it for this year. What do you think? As I said earlier, I got enough to grow slips for next year, so I'm going to consider this a success. And there's even a few of them with some bug damage, but big enough to be edible. So looks like I'll be having some sweet potatoes for Thanksgiving this year. Bunch of smaller ones that'll make sweet potato fries pretty good too. So it's not a fabulous haul, but I'm satisfied with it. Met all my expectations, which weren't very high, and it also emptied out this bed so I can take it apart and get on to the real project this year. So I'm going to wrap this up and clean things up, and I'll see you on the next video.